Howdy y'all, and welcome to my tutorial on the Villager Breeder. Been saying for a while now I was going to put this one up, and I finally did. Now you'll notice from the graphics and the flatness, of course, that we are in a test world, and I'm just running a flat old vanilla Minecraft, no FTB. I actually had to go and install this. I didn't even have a copy of vanilla on my computer. This is very straightforward, so the video will not be very long. But as you can see, I started off with about 6 villagers in here. And that wasn't too long ago. And they're breeding up pretty good. You can see some children down in there. Now the way this works, and you can get them in here however you want. If you're going to use the old track method, or cart method, I would start with your bottom and get this filled up before you put this guy in the top. That way you can put a platform up here to kind of shove them down into the pit here. But let's take a quick look at building this thing. I'm not going to rebuild this on camera because it is so simple. There's only a couple things that you need to be aware of, and actually really only one, and that is the height. It has to be a minimum. This floor up here that he stands on has to be a minimum of 6 blocks off the ground. If you go any lower than this, they're not going to breed. I don't know why, but that space seems to be like the minimum right there. You can go higher, but you can't go lower. Any lower than that, I never see them breed if I go any lower than that. So I've used this one for this design for a while, and it does work. You can see them in there having their little androgynous orgy. And it will continue as long as this chunk is loaded. So as long as you're here in vanilla, or if you're using this in a pack with chunk loaders, this will load. To stop them from breeding, we have back here a dispenser and a bucket of water in there. You're just going to turn it on, and that will get them all stirred up. And that will keep them from breeding. As long as that water's on, they won't breed. So we'll turn that off. So let's look at the actual chamber. The inside, the interior is going to be just 2 by 2. We're going to build this thing 6 tall, 3 wide, and then 5 across here. Now we push this out to give them some room, a little bit more room in there, and so the tracks can go in here, and the tracks are so we can pull them out of there for trading or to fill up a village, whatever you want to do. So if now, let's say I've got it set up in 2 different ways. I've got we'll use this side just because since they've changed the way that the villagers kind of give you like bad karma or something, I guess, whenever you kill them now, they get the little storm clouds. We're just going to push the button, it's going to roar down there and snag whatever's standing on the corner. Now we're able to trade with him. We don't like his trade. We can just kill him and punish him for his poor trades. You can also... Oh man, I feel bad about this. Sorry, kid. You can also just whack them. Of course, you can see that you get those little negative things. I don't know with this how bad that will impact your ability to trade with them. I know eventually, like a village, if you kill a bunch of them, they won't trade with you anymore, or not supposed to. But yeah. Now another thing you can do is if you get one out here and you want to say populate a village with something like this. Once they're out here, you can just, where'd he go? Get out of the ground. They'll grab a glitch there, and then they'll just run along and go their merry little way. Of course, they're going to try to go back over there with the Padres, if they can. Okay, that's just weird. Little ghost child. But again, very simple, but the most important thing to remember is that this thing has to be this tall, minimum. Any lower than that, and these guys are not going to breed. Do be careful if you are chunk loading. Really? Really? You just gonna take free rides? Punk kid. Um, that if you are running this in a chunk loaded type of environment and you have problems with lag or whatever, you may want to turn this off. I've had mine on in my SMP world and or single player world and forgotten about it while I was doing other things and come back and had 200 plus villagers in there, and it get a little laggy. You'll know you have a ton when they're just kind of all stuck in all four corners inside here. You'll just see them here, 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 and here just spinning around. You won't even be able to tell an individual villager. So again, very, very simple. Very simple materials. Doesn't take any. Doesn't really need any red wire or redstone. You can dress it up as fancy as you want, make it as hard as you want. But it's 6 doors, whatever kind of stone you want. Doesn't even really need this glass. That's just there for looks. And of course some torches to keep the mobs from spawning. But I hope this helps someone out. You have any questions or comments on the build, please leave me a message and let me know. Till next time, see y'all later.